Hey everyone, what's up? Today I got a UU battle again against someone who goes by the name of Phanton. Took this on the Smoke on Wi-Fi Battle Finder as per usual, using the same UU team as I used last time. I'm generally liking it, and right now I'm buying some thanks mail because I'm thanking you guys for watching in a kind of cool way. I saw someone do that once in a video and I thought that was kind of cool, so I think I might start doing that. But anyways, using the UU team, didn't make any changes yet, but the next game you see most likely will have changes with it. I did, this was a very long battle, as you can probably see by the video length. It's a pretty long battle, and I did have to speed up a fair amount, almost half of the video I had to speed up, because it's a long one. So, yeah, there are parts where it's just basically, like, nothing's really happening, so I basically just sped them up, like, 200%. Because, you know, I don't really think you guys are going to want to watch me stay in on a Xatu for like 50 turns. It's just not very fun. So I figured I'd save you guys the trouble and just speed it up. So I'm going to lead out with my Machamp because I figured Machamp would probably lead off good against everything, as he leads with his Togekiss. And I know that I can take one Air Slash from this thing and KO with a Stone Edge, but unfortunately I do get the flinch right here, as you will see. Yes, I do get the flinch. Kind of unfortunate because that would have been one dead Togekiss, and this thing doesn't really cost too much trouble for me, but it is, shall we say, a nuisance. It is a nuisance, and, so I'm going to switch out into my Slowbro, because I know Slowbro can take a Air Slash with relative ease, emphasis on relative, and then I will actually be able to, I believe, just get whatever wants to switch in, or even this thing with Thunderbolt. If this thing gets Thunderbolted, it's going to be basically useless. On the other hand, whatever comes in will get a Thunderbolt, which is the Ambipom, and I do get the Thunderbolt, or not Thunderbolt, the Thunder Wave on this thing, which is very nice because Ambipom is generally a very annoying Pokemon with the Fake Out and Pursuit and stuff, but I do know this thing does carry Pursuit, which is why I'm not going to switch out here. I am just going to go for the Scald, because I want to see if this thing is... No, actually, no, what I do first is I go for the Slack Off, seeing if he wants to go for the Pursuit. And he does end up going for the Pursuit right here, as you will see. Yes, so he does go for the Pursuit. And so I know that it was a good thing not to switch out there. And now I'm just going to proceed to Scald him until he's dead, occasionally slacking off to gain some HP. Probably should have sped this part up, but I didn't because it's only like a couple turns. But there are some longer stally parts you'll see later in the match that are pretty painful to watch. It was a pretty long battle. I think it was like 50-ish turns when I did it. I don't quite remember. It was like 50-ish turns, which is a pretty long battle. Like, I've had longer battles that, you know, like, it's all stall and everything, but this is still a pretty long battle. But he's going to keep on going for Pursuit. I don't really know why. He probably just should switch out, seeing that's not going to get him anything in the long run. But he guess he just stays in thinking he can do something, or I don't even know what he's doing. But now he's going to go into his Xatu. Thankfully, I do get the burn, which is going to help later on. Because this Xatu is an annoying little thing. Let me tell you right now, this Xatu is the reason that I'm making changes to my team. Because Xatu completely screws my team over this match. Because, as you will see, I'm going to go out into my own guy, kind of predicting a Thunder Wave or something like that. As he goes for the U-turn, kind of predictable, but it's not going to do too much to me because I am a physically bulky guy, as you can see. Not too much damage, thankfully. It could be more, but then again, Totem Bird, aka Xatu, doesn't exactly have the best, you know, offenses. So he's going to go into his Ambipom, and once again, I know this thing carries a Pursuit. I know, because I've seen it. But I'm going to go for the U-turn because I did, for some reason, think that U-turn avoided Pursuit. I'm not sure why. Or maybe what I did is I predicted him to not go for the Pursuit because he would think that I know that he has Pursuit. I don't really know. All I know is I go for the U-turn. Do live, which is going to become key later because I'm going to be able to use this thing for Death Fodder, which is very good because it's going to actually provide me later in the match with a very good pivot switch. But now I'm going to be able to send in my Gex, which is a reference to a video game that I used to play when I was a kid for the PlayStation 1. Very fun game. I did enjoy that game a lot. But I'm just going to go for the Giga Drain and try and take this thing out, but it does actually go out into a Victini, and I'm just going to guess that this thing is a We Create. Yes, We Create, because I like to play Wii. No, the V Create one, because it's generally what it is. And so I'm going to go into my Slowbro to take the V Create, but he actually goes for the U-turn. I guess predicting that or something, or just, you know, for the general safe play, because it would hit Gex pretty hard also. But in general, I do take it very well because I am a max defense Slowbro, and Slowbro has fairly good defenses. Also thinking of switching this out for a Suicune. Not really sure yet. But he's going to go into his Azelf. I just kind of want to see what this thing wants to do. Not really sure what kind of set he is or whatnot. So I'm just going to stay in, see what he wants to do. He does actually end up going for the Thunderbolt, which is pretty revealing because it means that, and since he doesn't have Life Orb, it's pretty revealing, telling me that he's almost definitely Choice Specs. Because Azelf is pretty fast, so they're generally not Choice Scarfed. But in any case, I will be able to go into my Raikou, knowing that I can take a Thunderbolt all day, every day, and then I can just simply retaliate with my own Specs Thunderbolt to take out or do significant damage to whatever wants to come in. Which is his Ambipom, basically his fodder. Pretty good play on his part because the thing isn't really going to be doing too much for him in the long run. Figures just fodder it out. And now he's going to go into Victini, and I don't want anything to take a V-Create. So I'm just going to go for the Thunderbolt, hope to kill it, but oh, it lives with just a smidge. Very, very annoying, because this V-Create is, of course, going to take me out, because it's a V-Create, and it's powerful. The power of, like, base 180 moves is just ridiculous. Why would they make a move? Base 180. That is ridiculously overpowered. Seriously, Game Freak. That is so broken. Oh my god. I used this thing in Ubers once with Sun. Choice Band V-Create. Just destroys things. It is mind-bogglingly insane how powerful this thing is. It really is. But anyways, now I'm going to go to Gex, and this is the part where I sped up because basically I went for the HP Fire to take him out. But he actually goes into his Xatu, and this is a very long, stally part. As you can see, I sped it up 200%, so it does take a while. But I'm just basically what I'm trying to do is kill this Xatu, because this Xatu does wall a significant amount of my team. Well, not really wall a significant amount of my team, but if I get this thing out of the way, I feel like Gex can most likely take the match from here. But he's going to keep on doing a combination of roosting and nightshading and all that jazz. And this burn is definitely helping me out here because I would really have no chance on this thing except for the burn is, you know, slowly whittling away, negating his leftovers. So if I hadn't got that burn, this match might have gone differently, or I might have had to play around it. But I do feel like I can stall him out. Well, not really stall him out in full, but definitely, you know, be a nuisance to him. And also, you know, I want to, if I am going to switch out with Gex, I want to switch out at a place where he's going to be at low HP because I don't want him just roost up. You know, I want him to be at a high enough HP where he's not roosting up, but I want him to be at a low enough HP where I feel like whatever I switch out into will take him out. But yeah, so basically, right here is kind of a key play. I'm going to go for the sub as he goes for the U-turn. And because he's burned, it's not going to take me, not going to take on my sub. And as he goes into his Victini, and now I'm just going to be able to kill this thing with an HP Fire, which is very, very good because I don't want this thing, you know, being V-Create and jazz and everything. That's not really too big of a play, which is why I didn't slow down the video for it, but just thought you should see that real quick, that I did actually end up taking out his Victini with the HP Fire. And now he's going to go back out into his Xatu. His HP isn't looking too good. I'm kind of getting excited, like maybe I could possibly take him out. And now he's going to U-turn back out, and I'm going to slow the video back down again, because this is where, you know, Gex finally switches out. I am doing pretty good on PP at this point. I'm, you know, I have fine PP and everything, so I'm not too worried about that right now. But he's going to go into his Azelf, and I know that these things carry Fire Blast or the Flamethrower, so I'm going to go into my Totem Bird as fodder. This was a key play here, because I really wanted to get a free switch out into my Darmanitan, I believe. Yes, I switched out to my Darmanitan because I really wanted to get a free switch out into this thing. And he is actually, sadly, unfortunately, going to switch out into his Gligaras, hoping that he would, you know, just stay in and die, but fortunately he didn't. Thankfully, though, I did go for the U-turn over the Flare Blitz, which means that I am going to get switch initiative, and I'm going to be able to go back into my Gex. And once again, the video will be sped up in just a little bit because this is another stally part. Basically, I'm going to go out into my Machamp and just try and do as much damage to him until he kills me, because I really don't have any other option at this point. I'm basically just going to sub up and try and Dynamic Punch, Stone Edge him until he dies. So he's going to, really, what he has is Toxic Earthquake, Stealth Rocks, and Roost. And my Dynamic Punch just for the confusion, and then I'm just going to Stone Edge him until he dies. Now, let's see here. What happens again? Yeah, okay, so right here, he's going to hit himself, right? And so I'm going to go for a Stone Edge, and I get a crit, right? Which is super nice. And I'm like, oh, I can probably kill this thing as long as he hits himself. So I'm begging, I'm praying that I'll hit him. But nope, he doesn't hit himself in confusion. Man, that was... If that thing had died, this battle would have been a lot faster, shall we say. It would have basically been over by then. But unfortunately, he does get the roost off, and now I'm just getting tired, so I feel like Gex might be able to do more damage to this thing, along with the fact that Gex can take Earthquakes fairly well. So I'm going to go into Gex, and as you can see, he takes it fairly well, and now I believe I go for the substitute, knowing that a Earthquake will not take out my sub, and then I believe I just proceed to Leech Seed Giga Drain until he dies, or something along that lines. But I basically need to get this Gligar out of the way, and now this Togekiss comes in, which should be dead, but, you know, unfortunately, it flinched me. So, I mean, I guess it actually really shouldn't be dead because it does have a 60% chance of flinching. But still, this thing should be dead, or at least should be hurt or something. So it's kind of unfortunate that it's not. But I'm thinking I can probably Leech Seed, stall it out. My plan is basically to keep on subbing because I have the Leech Seed and the leftovers, and I'm gaining a significant amount of HP back each turn. About almost a full sub's worth of HP. I'm not losing that much HP from the sub. I believe if I calculate it out, it's like I'm losing 30 HP each turn, so I can definitely do this for a while. And basically, this is my plan at this point, is just to stall him out, because I don't really have any other options at this point. I mean, Air Slash is going to do, since it's Scarfed, Air Slash, I think this thing will outspeed me, and Air Slash will do a bit to my Darmanitan. But for some reason, he switches out, which is kind of a weird play in my opinion. So, you know, whatever. He's going to switch out as I can go for another sub. Personally, I think that was a bad play. I think he should have stayed in, just kept on air slashing. But on any rate, he's going to go into Xatu. I'm going to hit him Power Fire, and thankfully he doesn't go for the Roost. So I am finally able to take out this Xatu, this stupid freaking Xatu who's been walling my entire team ever since I started. And I'm going to Giga Drain for the kill just to get a little bit smidge of HP back. And now I'm thinking I can probably take the game here. All he has is his Gligar to really wall me. Although he does have this Azelf here. I'm going to sub just to see what he wants to lock himself into. He does want to lock himself into Flamethrower, which means that I can switch out into Darmanitan, I believe. Maybe. Wait, let's see what I do. Yeah, I'm going to switch out into Machamp, actually. Because I know Machamp can most likely take a Flamethrower. Maybe not, depending on if he Specs or Scarf. He does reveal right there that he is Spexed, because I don't think that a Scarf one would kill me. But now I'm going to go into my Darmanitan, go for the Flare Blitz. He switches out into his Togekiss, presumably as Death Fodder, because this thing's not going to like taking a Flare Blitz. Taking some recoil damage. Gotta watch out for the recoil damage, but now he's going to go as Gligar, and I'm going to switch out back into my Gex, because Gex, like I said, can wall this thing. He does actually predict my switch, though, go for the Toxic, but unfortunately it is a too little too late, because from here, Gex is just going to be able to stall his entire team. First to go for the Leech Seed as he goes for the Earthquake. Not going to do anything. And to be honest, right here, the opponent probably could have just Roost stalled me here. Just kept on roosting up and roosting up until I was dead. But he didn't do that, which I feel is a bad play, because he could have just stalled me out with Poison. Darmanitan's not doing anything. This thing could have Earthquaked me for the kill. But I'm going to keep on Giga Draining, and because I'm getting all of this recovery with the Leech Seed and the Giga Drain and the leftovers, I'm getting so much recovery. The Toxic is going to really not be affecting me too much. It's just going to be slowly whittling away, you know, slowly gaining. And here he makes probably his most fatal move in going out into his Azelf, because I am actually going to be able to outspeed this thing, which means that it's over for him. If he had just kept it with his Gligar, he might have possibly been able to stall me out. But unfortunately, he goes into his Azelf. He's going to take a hefty damage from the Giga Drain. I'm going to get all this HP back. Now I'm sitting at good HP, and I can just Giga Drain his Gligar for the win. So, that's going to be the match. Good game, Phanton. I believe that's your name, Phanton. Good UU match, I have to say. Pretty stally. I do like these kind of matches, though. I do like matches where, you know, there's a lot of prediction involved and a lot of, you know, mind games and stuff. I like these kind of games. I feel like they're really, they take a lot of skill to do. And this was a very close match. Gex pulling off some massive sweep in there. Not sweeping, stalling there. So, Gex doing a good job, pulling his fair share. So, anyways, I'm going to have to end the video here, because this video is quite long, so thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed then feel free to like this video, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Please, if you have any suggestions for this team and how to improve it, leave a comment, because I am trying to, make this team fairly good, I guess you could say. I don't really know. So anyways, guys, I really need to stop talking over this black screen, so I will see you guys later with another Wi-Fi battle. So bye.